Fnaf 2, when?
I will do anything for another night at Freddy's.
I will hop on Fnaf 2 so quickly.
Where's Fnaf 2, Blumhouse?
We're going to have so much fun together.
So obviously, from that intro and from Blumhouse Twitter page right here, we obviously know what one of these topics are going to be about. Now, this is the horror video. Like, the horror movie news video. Basically, like, all the horror news we could, I could scrape up. Not from 3C Films. Definitely from 3C Films. Doesn't matter. But anyways, I just like to yap about it. That's what this whole series is. So yeah, we're going to start with the actual first topic, which is Saw 11. So I'm a pretty decent Saw fan, and this is a very big horror franchise, spanning 10 movies, obviously, and getting an 11th, slated for September of next year. Now, you should know what Saw is, but so basically, these last few sequels have been strange, like unrelated. Like Jigsaw, unrelated prequel, Spiral, unrelated spinoff sequel thing, and Saw X, while it was very good, a surprising character study of John Kramer, it was a random prequel between Saw 1 and 2. Now, I didn't think this, but people were wondering, is this going to be like another unrelated movie? Or like, what is it going to be? But now, with this new news, we have confirmation. But first, we're going to go over that there's been a little trouble with this movie, like production-wise, like writing-wise. Apparently they're having some disagreements. So, and then some sources are saying that it could possibly get delayed to 2026. But still, as of right now, it is set for September 26th of next year. So, one reason this is probably not an unrelated movie is because right here, Tobin Bell is confirmed to be returning for this movie. Now, Tobin Bell is basically like the main villain, quote unquote, but like very interesting character, but he was the main character of the last movie, pretty much. And he's been an overarching character throughout the whole thing. Now, Saw X was all about him, and Saw X had a very open-ended ending that could get him into a lot of trouble, right? So, this is probably going to fall off of that now that he's confirmed to be returning. And also we could see off of the cast list, Mark Hoffman, who's also a character in Apprentice of Jigsaw, is also, or this is not confirmed, but is very likely because he was in post-credit scene in the last one. So, no, not that. Yeah, so this movie is chugging along pretty slowly, but it's still chugging along. And it's set it for next year, so hopefully nothing bad happens about that. Now, I was going to talk about Scream 7 first, but let's talk about this for a second. So this is Kirby, beloved character from Scream 4, who also appeared in Scream 6, is seeming... So we've heard that the Scream universe is wanting to expand to TV shows, and this could be the first. Now, Kirby in Scream 6 is an FBI agent, and she says she's specifically on a task force for Ghostface killings and mysteries. So, it looks like this show is going to be about that, because let me pull up the listing here. Now, this is from a Twitter post from Kay Carpenter. This says Frick. I don't know what you're talking about. But, so, this is from Production Weekly. It's like basically a website that shows all movies and shows going into production for Hollywood, right? And it says here, like Outer Banks, like Los Angeles, blah, blah, blah. Status and development, producer Kelvin Williamson. A spinoff of the Scream franchise centering on Hayden Panettiere's character, Special Agent Kirby Reed, the sole teenage survivor of the second Woodsboro murders known as the Woodsboro Massacre Remake, the highest body count and most violent massacre of all Ghostface sprees. Netflix. Now, this isn't confirmed, but it kind of is confirmed, but like we don't know when, we don't know like what streaming thing, but it sounds really interesting. It could either be like an anthology thing or have one overarching story, because we can only do so many stories with Sydney, right? And we'll get into that in a second. So, like, I like this idea. This sounds interesting. I don't know when this is going to be coming out, assumingly after Scream 7. And there might be some more information, but I'm kind of forgetting. Yeah, but we don't have a lot on that, but that could be interesting to theorize about. And speaking of Scream... Okay, so this is Nev Campbell's Instagram page, and this shows right here, let me just zoom in, February 27th, 2026, Scream 7. So that is the official release date for this movie. Now, if you didn't know, this movie has been through all of the trenches in terms of production, because it was originally going to directly follow up the last two Scream movies, Scream 5 and Scream 6, from radio silence, and continue and, I think, end the Carpenter sisters' story. But then a bunch of stuff happened behind the scenes with the main star, Melissa Barrera, involving, like, Israel and Palestine. I don't really want to get into that. And then Jenna Ortega quit, also. And then Radio Silence was off the team, and Christopher Landon, the director they had, also left. So, and then basically the whole movie had to be rehauled. Yeah, so anyway, a few months later, Spyglass, like the company that owns the Scream rights, except for Scream 4 for some reason, which is probably why we're getting that spinoff thing with Netflix. Anyway, so they're pulling a move. They're getting Nev Campbell back, Sidney Prescott, Gale Weathers, and the writer of Scream 1, 2, and 4, Kevin Williamson, to direct this. Now, and the script, I don't remember who's being written by, but the script is still being worked on, but obviously it's going to involve Sydney and Gale going on another adventure. And it's still a lot of complications with that behind the scenes. And Courtney Cox was also saying that she would like them to bring Dewey back in some way. I don't think this means bring him back to life. I think, bring David Arquette back for, some flashback scenes or something of the sorts. Yeah, so... it was true that this got delayed to 2026, but if you really think about it, it's closer to a year away than 2 years away. Closer to a year away. So this is cool. And it's releasing in February. Now, the Scream franchise, this comes from my boy 3C Films. I didn't know this before. The Scream franchise has been successful, very successful, on DVD and streaming, throughout all of its years. And usually, these last two movies, Scream 5 and Scream 6, came out earlier in the year. Scream 5 came out in January of 2022. Scream 6 came out March 2023. And they performed really well on streaming around Halloween. And I'm pretty sure this is aiming for the same thing, to get boosted on streaming a lot. And with how popular these Scream movies are, it will be good. That will be very good. Now, this movie, I really wanted to see what the end of the Carpenter sisters' story was going to be. At Scream 6, it was kind of open-ended. A lot of loose ends, but not a big cliffhanger. But I still would have liked to see them finish that. But sadly, behind the scenes just did not work out. Sorry. I had to cut it. But anyway, the Stu Monker theory the original plot I envisioned for Scream 7 it was a Christmas setting. I was thinking the Poconos, maybe, or a snowy area. and it was 2 stories going on at the same time. That would have, I know that probably would have been bloated, but here's the thing. A Ghostface cult that Stu Macher has created, like, US-wide hunt, and he just wants to end this all, so he wants to hunt down all the loose ends. Every single person that's been involved with this. This would include Sydney, Gail, Sam, Tara, the twins, everybody. Everybody that lived. Yeah, and it would be... Ooh. Very nice. Yeah, I'll talk about that in another video. But... basically, it would have been... like, Ghostface... like, some Ghostface kidnapping Sydney's children. And... on Sydney, Gale, and Kirby going on their side, trying to find them. And then Sam, Tara, and that whole crew, the core 4, would be reuniting with their mother, Christina Carpenter, because there's a lot of loose ends with that. And Ghostface would have been hunting there. And then at the end they would have combined. And Stu Macher, blah, blah, blah. That would have been cool to see. Now, in theory, they could still figure out a way for Stu to be alive and bring Stu Macher in. But with all this fan service that they're desperately doing, I don't think that'd be a smart move. So, we'll just see what happens come 2026. So, yeah, last topic. So, the official logo for Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was just revealed, and it is a very nice blue color. But first of all, let's go there. Or you already saw this video, but let me just. So the logo is so I posted it on my community. So it's a nice blue color. It's like the same font as the first one, but it's blue. And at first, I wasn't rocking it, but now I've warmed up to it. I like it. I like the blue. I didn't expect that. It kind of goes well with the green. I very much like the logo. Anyway. Now, Scott confirmed on John Fnaf charity stream, that this movie will begin filming this month, likely the 28th. So, that will be fun. And it will be filming until January 31st. That'll be fun. I'll obviously be covering the set photos and stuff. So that'll be very, very fun to do. And see. Yeah, so, but basically, it's Blumhouse, like Blumfest right now. And they're also, on October 30th, they're re-releasing the first movie, the Fnaf movie, in theaters for one day. And I might go see that, to be honest. So, obviously, like, Blumhouse is, like, I'm surprised they're doing this early, but they know the demand. That's probably why. They're gearing up. They're just gearing up for the big boom of hype that's going to happen come probably, like, summer of 2025. The big boom of trailers and stuff is going to happen. Right now, until this movie gets a trailer, is Blumhouse and Universal and Scott just gearing up this hype train, and this is what they're starting with. So, as you can read, you can enter right here, this link right here, to get drafted, to get 2 free tickets to the FNAF 2 premiere in December of 2025. I still think that they're gonna move up their release dates, probably October, but I'm delusional. Like, they're pretty set in stone with this December release date, so I'll just accept it. But win a trip for 2 to the red carpet premiere of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Like, I think I'm too young to enter, but like that's very cool for people that can enter. So, and this movie's filming next month. We're gonna start seeing photos of that, and that's pretty much all I want to talk about in this video, pretty much. So, oh yeah, the Fnaf movie 3 is in development, but we don't really have anything else on that right now, so. Yeah. The comic book video is coming next. I might do Spider-Man in a separate video. You know, I'm doing the same video, why not? Okay, I'm sorry, I lied. I forgot to mention this. I keep lying about these videos ending. I guess that's the new thing now. So, obviously we have Christians, these cast members doing this promotional video. Like, Christian Stokes is Hank, Cat Connor Sterling is Max, Michael P. Sullivan is Doug, and then obviously Piper Rubio as Abby. Looking very devious. So we obviously know that Abby is going to return. But for these other side characters, like this has got me thinking, will some of these other side characters return? Now, Doug was a fan favorite in the last movie. As you can see, he's a very good specimen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him back for a little scene. That'd be nice. But with these other two, you know, their characters kind of died. So the fact that they're heavily involved doing these promotional videos, could they also be coming back, or are they just doing it for the extra money? But I think there's a decent chance that they come back. I don't know how, though. Possibly as spirits, kind of like the ghost children. Because they obviously very much died in the last movie. So, who knows? This could open a whole new realm of opportunities. So, for other spirits in this world, other than just the kids. So that'll be interesting to see. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else? Yeah, Matthew, where? No. Yeah, no other official news right now about horror stuff on As Meets the Eye. Yeah, no. Okay, I can actually end the video now.